Hello! Today I am going to show you how to invoice for a presentation. So to do this, I'm going to start by sharing my screen. And in this example here, we're going to use this presentation that Fabia did for an organization called Casa Familiar. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to go to the employee portal and we're going to click the option Submit a Presentation. And when we submit this option, we're going to see all of this information. What we're going to want to do is we're going to start by filling out the school and organization name. So if we see this example here, we see that this organization is called Casa Familiar. So typically I just copy and paste this, and we're going to put all of the other information here as well. So you'll see the exact address here. It's going to ask for the city. We'll put in the state and then the zip code. And if we know the county, we can put that in as well. This will automatically put in the date that you are submitting this invoice. You will fill in spoke in collaboration with, typically if you've done a just talk about it presentation, which is usually done with a young adult speaker and a clinician. So say that this was a just talk about it presentation, you would put the clinician's name in this box here if you were the young adult speaker. In this case, this is done completely alone by Fabian, so we would leave this blank. And then for presentation type, you will also see that here. So if you look on here, you'll see the amount of attendees. So if the amount of attendees is under 30 people and it's a Changing Minds presentation, we'll know that that is a health class. But if it is over 30 people and it's a Changing Minds presentation, we'll know that that's an assembly. Because this is a social emotional learning presentation that Fabian's invoicing for, that is going to be a community presentation. And you'll see that there are other options here for some of the other presentations, such as Kind Minds, Parent Night, things like that. We'll mark whether the presentation was in person or virtual, and that is also specified on your invite as well. So typically you'll see on here, either in person or virtual. And then if travel was booked, so if Minding Your Mind booked you a flight or a hotel for the presentation, you would click yes, but if not, no. And then here, typically all of this information is automatically going to be filled out. And if it's not, you would just manually put it in yourself. So this would be, for this example of Fabian, this would be his name. And he would put all of his information here for his home address. And the email would also automatically be filled out. And then for here, you would just list the presentation. So here we can see that Fabian had one presentation from 10 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. So we'd want to put the date of the presentation. That was today. So the date is the 28th. And then we'd put the time. We'd also put the amount of attendees. So if we look back, we'll see that there were 20 attendees. And usually under audience description, we would see exactly what grade level or who the audience is here. In this example, Fabian already sees extra information here about who exactly the attendees would be. But say that this was a school assembly for seniors, we would put that there. So here, this was a presentation for community members. And then on the invite, you'll also see the fee that you're instructed to invoice. So you'd put that right here. And then you would submit and be all set. If this was something like a health class and there were multiple presentations, we would push this button here and put them all in one line for the same day. So say that this was a health class and there were 3 presentations, we'd put the same date and then we'd do the different times. So say that there was a second class from 11 to 12. We would put that in there. And then all the same stuff as before, community members. And then we'd put the fee as well. and then we'd click submit there. So that is how you reimburse for a presentation. And feel free to reach out if there's any more questions.